Only you can make yourself happy. Nothing outside of yourself can ever complete you. So let me give you an example, right? Say you have a wife and kids, right, as a man, and you're like, I'm happy. I have my wife, I have my kids, I have a good job, my car, everything's complete, right? So in a 24-hour period, we could be happy for 24 hours, and maybe people make excuses. Oh, I'm not happy for if something happens throughout the day. That's a natural thing, but in actuality, it doesn't have to be. So maybe your wife might do something, and you're unhappy for 1 hour of that 24-hour period. Maybe your kids do something and they get in trouble in school, or they disobey, and you're unhappy with them for maybe an hour in the day. So maybe, for instance, hypothetically speaking, 22 hours of the day you're happy, the other 2 hours you're unhappy due to external forces like family, which is life. However, when you look internally, you can come up with reasons to be happy 100% of the time. You don't have to rely on anything outside yourself for that validation, that external validation. So here's an example of how things could be in your day to day. So in order to be genuinely there, you need to fully be happy with yourself. Because even in this example, there might be certain things. Oh, maybe I'm overweight. Or I don't do this. Or I don't do that. And you accept it, and you're like, oh, I got to get to it. And you procrastinate, and it creates unhappiness. It creates drifting. It creates all these other habits and doors that open along with it. So keep in mind this perspective as an example to look at what makes you happy, what doesn't, what gives you external validation, how do you validate yourself, do you do healthy practices that you're proud of? Does your family respect your wishes and you guys work on building to increase your health together and your wife or your husband acknowledges that? Does your children acknowledge life changes that you tell them is good for them? Are you guys in tune? You guys are on a similar understanding. So your happiness, at the end of the day, does not come from external. It definitely complicates it. Even a relationship with a woman, it makes you happy. But then there's those downtimes, which people say is natural. And, it doesn't, your happiness doesn't rely on that. Make sure you're happy regardless of whatever's going on is the point. And you can't have that, okay? Happiness begins with you.